Hello, my name is Karl Hillie, and I'm interviewing, who are you?
I'm Megan Johnson.
And this is all about her Fit4Life course, which I just took for an hour. Okay, it does last an hour, right?
45 minutes.
Okay, it felt like an hour. How long have you been doing this class?
All right, so I just started teaching at the Senior Center in July 2015, but I've been teaching classes for older adults for about 3 or 4 years because I've done internships at different retirement homes, and I work at Oak Knoll. I teach a morning class there as well.
So these are nice part-time jobs?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a great way to get some fitness in for myself, help other people. I've been in public health as my background, and I just have always really liked working with the senior population, promoting health, and I really think that exercise can be a form of medicine. It helps you stay active throughout your whole life, and so I really like promoting that and
Well, talk
to
to us about your education. You were, as an undergraduate, what was your major?
My undergraduate degree was in kinesiology, and I was actually at Iowa State University, and then I came to Iowa for my Master of Public Health.
What is kinesiology anyway?
Kinesiology is the study of the human body and movement, so it's just an exercise science
So
degree.
you spent 4 years on doing that.
Yep.
And then you have a master's degree now?
Yes.
In what?
In public health.
And what's that about?
That's, it's such a broad field. I specifically looked more at physical activity, how that can be influenced, just behavioral levels of influence, trying to get people active for 150 minutes per week, trying to get 30 minutes of activity per day, and just really trying to move your body because it's such a good thing to do for your body.
And you yourself are healthy, right?
Yeah, I like to think so. I'm better at the physical activity side. I'm less good at the nutrition side.
Well, what is your problem with food?
I just love food. That's my problem with food.
Well, you maintain your weight properly, don't you?
Yes, I mean, I get lots of activity. I love exercising. That's my favorite thing to do.
You play volleyball.
Yes, I do.
You still do?
Yes.
On some kind of competitive level?
Yep. I play in 3 different leagues in Cedar Rapids, in North Liberty, and in Iowa City.
Oh, let's get back to where Senior Center. Okay, so what is the purpose of all these activities?
Well, I think this class is really good at including everyone at all different levels. It's a great way to socialize. It's a way to improve your flexibility, improve your balance, improve your strength, and it just really helps you to. One of the things that's very big in public health is aging in place, allowing people to stay in their homes, be active, and just maintain that strength and their ability to do all the activities of daily living that they have and not be dependent on anybody else because they have that strength and they have that mobility still.
So the class meets how many times a week here?
We meet twice a week, and I have 2 classes that are the same class. So I have one at 8:30 and I have one at 9:30.
The same level?
Yep.
So you have that many people that you have to have 2 classes?
Yeah, no, it's nice, and then we have our people who like early morning classes and then people who like to wake up a little bit later, so I have that 2 options there.
And how much does it cost?
It is $6 per person if they want to just pay a drop-in fee, or you can also purchase a punch card for $50, and that has 10 classes on it, so then it's $5 per class if you were to purchase ahead for the punch card.
And did anybody have a heart attack during the classes or anything like that?
No fatalities. No, we usually try and it's very low impact. It's range of motion. There's always modifications to make an exercise easier or harder based on someone's ability level.
Mm-hmm. And so your goal for the average person who's not in shape is what?
Is just to see improvements. Maybe they'll have more stamina, maybe they'll see increases in their strength. We do those chair stands, so you have to stand up out of the chair and sit back down. That's an exercise that's really hard for people if they haven't been active at first, and that's something that they see themselves improving on. It gets easier to do, they're less out of breath once they finish doing it, and the class just sort of seems easier to them the longer that they stay in the class because they're gaining that strength.
What do people say about the classes?
I've heard very positive things. I mean, people love the variety of the exercises. Each class is a little different. I don't want to bore anyone by doing the same stuff every time. So there's always new balance exercises, new flexibility exercises, different ways that we can use weights, different types of weights that we're using. And I think it's just a really good way to make it engaging, make it exciting. You never know what's going to happen for the next class.
So you make it different, but you pretty much use all the muscles in the body almost.
Oh yeah, we target everything. So we're stretching all the major muscle groups, we're targeting all the major muscle groups, and we're doing our strength training. And then those balance exercises are really good for our population too.
Well, you don't do really aerobics though, right?
Nope, there's not too much aerobics. We did some warming up just to make sure that the muscles are ready for that strength training. but there's not necessarily any high impact aerobic activity that's
You
happening.
recommend that people do aerobics too, right?
Absolutely. I think that both can be very beneficial. Going for a walk, maybe utilizing the equipment that we have downstairs in the senior center. We have that fitness room there that's really a great option. There's Zumba classes and different things that are offered here. And I mean, it's not that your heart rate isn't getting up in the class when you're doing the strength training exercises, so it can be an option. But mostly we're focusing on doing some lower impact.
I went to class to see what it was like, and I was surprised. They used muscles I hadn't used in 10 years, I think.
And probably felt pretty warm in there too.
There were
So
a lot of people. But, it's a small room, and that's not the regular room.
right.
We have a much better room that got flooded temporarily.
Yes, yeah. So hopefully we'll be back in our normal room and be able to spread out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Again
Do
in
you
a
ever
couple
fill
weeks.
that room up?
Yes, we've used up every single chair, and I've had to stand before in that room. We had one time where it got pretty crowded.
So you're really popular then.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been very blessed. Like, people keep bringing more friends, and they love the class, and they recommend it to other people, and it just keeps growing.
I recommend it. I did it. I said, wow, this is good. And the time goes by fast, even though it did seem like an hour.
Time goes by fast, but it seemed longer.
I mean, you do all that stretching. I'm in fairly good shape. I do things, and still, I was, it was a challenge.
That's the nice thing about the class is it's exercises you wouldn't necessarily do on your own. So people who were active outside of class, it's still a good option for them because it might be exercises that they didn't think of doing on their own. So it's good to have that controlled environment and just have the structure of an exercise class.
Megan, do you think people do too much exercise or can do too much exercise?
I think you can push yourself too hard, absolutely. And I think that there's just sort of this tendency to think that we need to really push ourselves or do things that we see a lot of publicity about Ironmans and marathons and Tough Mudders and all these things that are very extreme exercises.
You don't do any of that, right?
I don't really. No, I enjoy exercise. Exercise should feel good. You shouldn't be doing any kind of exercise that's painful or feels too hard to get through because then that makes you not want to exercise again.
What about no pain, no gain?
I don't think that that's necessarily true. The research doesn't show that. Moderate exercise can be one of the most beneficial heart healthy things that you can do, and you're able to talk when you're doing moderate exercise.
So you're Miss Moderation. Right?
Yes,
That's the
absolutely.
whole
Everything in
idea?
moderation.
Even
No.
exercise, right?
I mean, I think as long as I think exercise should be fun. I want people to keep coming back and doing the exercises, and I think not necessarily the easier they are, but the more comfortable they are doing those exercises, the more likely they are to repeat that behavior.
I'm going to ask you a difficult question. What is the best exercise?
I think maybe in our classes, I would say the chair stand exercise is probably the best one that we do in there because it is a cardio exercise because we're doing that up and down, your heart rate gets up, your breathing increases, but it's such a good strengthening exercise for your legs, which is very necessary for balance in our older age, and then also just having that strength to get up and out of the chairs. That relates to so many other things, taking the stairs, getting in and out of a car, walking up a hill. That exercise, I mean, just having strong legs is very important.
Because you seem to love exercise, don't
Yeah.
you?
No, I absolutely love exercise, and that's a huge thing in public health is not necessarily pushing people into something that they hate doing, telling people that they need to go out and run in order to be active. I hate running. I hate running. I'm not gonna go out and run. I wouldn't exercise if I had to go out and run. I'm gonna find exercises that I enjoy because I'm gonna keep doing them, and that's what I would like to introduce to other people too.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 25.
And why are you so interested in older people?
I love working with this population. I think they're extremely friendly. They're very receptive to exercises. They want to be active. I see a lot of resistance from other populations, but people who are coming to these classes, they're really excited to be here. They love being active. They really like the exercises that I'm offering them. And it feels like more of a family, and they just are just very positive, and I love
that's
that.
the kind of people that come to the senior center
Yeah,
a lot.
and I'm
But
lucky.
in nursing homes is it the same way?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I really have liked working at Oak Knoll, and I worked at a retirement home also in Wesley Acres in Des Moines.
Okay.
But There are all sorts of different populations, and you can change the exercises based on what group you're working with, if you're in the independent care, or if you're in the assisted care, or if you're even in the health center. So modifying those exercises to meet all those populations can be really challenging for the instructor, but also a lot of fun.
How many different kind of exercise groups do we have at the senior center? Have you ever counted them?
I haven't. I know that there's a huge variety. I mean,
There's Zumba.
There's Zumba, there's different strengthening classes, there's an arthritis foundation class, there are tap dancing classes and yoga classes.
Line dancing, I know.
Yeah, line dancing. I couldn't even name any more of them, but I know that there's a huge variety.
Probably
there's
at
Tai
least
Chi.
10 or more.
I know there's Tai Chi.
Yeah. You think Tai Chi is good too?
Oh, it's absolutely good. It's a very good exercise. I'm not good at Tai Chi. I've tried it a couple times, but
you don't like it?
No, I like it. I'm just not good at it.
Oh, well. I think that's what exercises. You work on things that you're not good on, and you'll get better.
That's absolutely true.
Megan, you use dumbbells?
Yes. So there's a different variety. I mean, that's the most prominent equipment that we have at the senior center. So there's a lot of different options that people can have. So they can choose anywhere from a 1 pound weight, and I think we have all the way up to 12 or 15 pounds. So there's a good variety. Everyone can choose the weight that's right for them. I usually kind of give a specification that, all right, today we're going to be using a light weight. That could be something that's 5 or less pounds. Choose what's right for you. And then also I can offer modifications. So say that we're doing a leg exercise, I might say that you can use that weight to add extra resistance for lifting the leg, making sure that you're also challenging your legs. So you can change where you're using that weight. You can have the option of using 1 or 2 weights, or you can just set them off to the sides. That way you can make that exercise easier or more difficult.
And you use a rubber stretch thing. What's that called?
So we have elastic bands. Sometimes we use those, sometimes we don't. But that's really good, again, for strengthening upper back, using those shoulder muscles, and just kind of getting a different type of exercise other than the dumbbells.
And you use them in unusual ways, so it's sort of nice, actually. And it does make variety because you deal with that. What do you have to say about these kettle?
Yeah, so we don't have any kettlebells at the senior center. They can sometimes require a little bit more finesse or mechanics as far as doing some of the exercises that have to deal with kettlebells, but they also can be interchangeable with free weights. So if you wanted to do a bicep curl, or you wanted to lift them up and use your shoulders, we do the same exercises with our free weights that we could do with a kettlebell as well.
Megan, everybody gets on the floor. Do you have any problem with people who can't get up so easily from the floor, from being always on their back on the floor?
Absolutely. So getting down on the floor and getting back up is a challenging thing, and especially people who've had knee replacements or hip replacements, that becomes even more challenging. So if anyone does have an issue with getting on the floor, I modify the exercises. If they can't get on the floor, I give them options for doing it seated in the chair or standing if it needs to be done standing. But then also if someone has trouble getting back up, then there's options for putting a chair next to them, and there's a specific way that you can get up off the floor that's recommended by physical therapists when you use that chair to help you get back to a standing position.
Do you recommend that people who have special problems talk to you first and tell you what they are?
So yes, I have a different, it's sort of just kind of a check-in sheet, but everyone who comes to my class, they're going to give me some information about themselves. I get their name, their number, some contact information, and then I ask them about any past history they have with health issues that I might need to know about that would help me better teach them in class. And then I also have a waiver on that sheet that they sign before they take the class.
Waiver meaning?
Waiver just as a liability for me, right?
In case I have a heart attack, they can't sue you.
So yes, if any accidents happen in class.
Megan, do you know that we interviewed you because you're the group of the month at the senior center?
I had heard through the grapevine that was the reason behind me coming here. Yes.
Well, I certainly enjoyed the exercises. They're fun, and I enjoyed talking to you. And is there anything you want to say about to like people who are wondering whether they should take the class, or are they fit for it?
Absolutely. So we welcome all ability levels. You can start off at any point, whether you aren't active currently or you're very active currently. This class can be modified for anybody, really. And we're also welcoming anybody to come. I don't require registration for the class, so anybody who's interested in coming can just drop in whenever they'd like to start attending. They don't have to worry about signing up as soon as the new book comes out or anything like that. They are welcome to come at any point during the semester. But they have to fill out a survey, right?
So
once they come, yes, I give them that sheet to sign the waiver and their contact information, but they can do that at any point, so they can start the class at any time that they'd like to.
Well, I appreciate you talking about this, and I'm really glad that you offer this service to people at the senior center. And
I'm glad they want it.
well, it seems like a happy fit for a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of people seem to be very happy in the class, and they look forward to it.
Yeah, no, and it's a good group. I think there's a lot of friendships that have been made in the class, and it's a great option or opportunity to come and socialize with
You
everyone.
recommend they come twice a week? Because you have it Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
Yes, even just strength training guidelines for adults, yes, usually 2 to 3 times a week you want to be doing strength training exercises. And I think you see those gains and those improvements more when you stick with it and are coming consistently.
Well, I really appreciate you doing this, and I think you're doing a wonderful job, and I'm glad that we can highlight this group, and it's good for our health, because people over 50, 60, 70 need to keep on moving.
Absolutely, everyone needs to keep moving, so.
It's a key to your health and life.
All right, we'll start off. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Reach the right arm up and over. Big stretch through the side. And then left arm up and over. Very good. Once more each side. Right arm up and over. And left arm up and over. Shrug the shoulders up towards your ears. Pull down.
I start groaning after a while.
After a while. It usually doesn't take any time at all.
I'm already groaning.
It's still bug me to look at this tag notice.
Place the fingertips on your shoulders. Close the elbows. Open wide.
I definitely need help.
Good. Last one here. And reach both hands up towards the ceiling. Pull down. Reach. Pull down. Inhale. Exhale as you pull down. Good. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades, pulling the elbows back. Good. Alternate reaching up like you're climbing a rope.
I'm coming.
Good. Relax the arms down. Tap the heels forward. That's the other thing. The carpet in here makes the floor a little stickier, so you'll have to really pick up your feet to move them around.
Good for us.
Tap the toes forward. Very good. Tap the heels out to the sides. Work with your partner.
No.
And march in place. Good. Picking up that right knee. Circle the ankle around. Switch directions. And we're going to alternate reaching across, turning side to side, and warming up all those muscles in your core and back.
Punch you if I get it right. I don't know, hostility in this room.
Last time, each side, taking it down and across. Good. Reaching for the floor. Once more, each side. And sitting back up, circle the wrists around. Switch directions. Good, relax the arms down, rock up to toes, back to heels. then tap the toes in and out. Tap the heels in and out. Good, shake out the legs. Crossing those arms, we're gonna stand all the way up out of the chair and sit back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Staying up, going behind the chair. And you can scoot as far forward as you want to. I can stay back here. All right, making sure those weights aren't underfoot. All right, alternate tapping toes out to the side. Good morning.
Oh, here comes somebody.
There's no room at the end.
There is one chair back there already.
There's chairs up front too.
Putting all these clothes on, then getting down there and thinking it was canceled.
Oh.
Madison's gonna-
Tap the toes forward.
There's a chair here.
If this one is open.
Back there, yeah.
I do plenty of exercise.
Tap the heel forward and across. It's a maze to get out. And then marching in place. Nice work. We're going to slow it down to our marching balance. You're going to freeze, holding one knee up. Switch. Freeze. Good. To make it more challenging, you can reach up to the ceiling with your opposite hand.
I think maybe, did she say a couple of weeks? Really? Yeah.
I should not sit
It's an obstacle course. There's our idea for Thursday, an obstacle course. And switch. Good. Circle those hips around. And then switching directions. Yeah, the sunlight definitely warms things up as well.
Yeah, I thought, oh, it's cold today, I'll wear long sleeves.
Rock up to toes, back to heels.
Thursday, I'll wear it.
Point your toes out to the corners of the room, going up to tiptoes, back down. Good. Last one. Now turning the toes in towards each other. Up to tiptoes, back down. Nice work. March it out. All right, we're taking our right leg out to the side. You can balance or use your chair. Lifting up, bringing the feet back together. Make it more challenging by not sitting your foot down. Just catch it, hold on to it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching to your left leg, lift up. 1, 2, 3. Challenge yourself to not set your foot down as you bring them back together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and shake out the legs. This time, right leg is going straight back. Try not to let your shoulders come forward. Lift back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching to the left leg. Lift back 1,
And isn't that something that says
2,
amazing to watch?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and shake out the legs. All right, whatever is the most manageable, so you can turn to the right in your chair or you can come to the right side of your chair where you're picking the knee up. Tap down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can switch to the other side. Pick the left knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and shake out the legs. All right, standing heel to toe behind your chair. Like you're on a tightrope. Use your chair. Try and take your hands just above your chair. All right, find your balance. Roll the shoulders down and back. You can bring your right arm out to the side. Or right here if you're by the wall. Try taking both arms out. Good. Turn and look to your right hand. Then look to your left hand.
If one person falls, we're all falling.
Domino effect. Back to the right. And left. Your balance has never been more crucial. The pressure is on. Looking forward. You can lower your arms down.
I get it.
Look up towards the ceiling. Down to the floor. All the way up. Back down. I don't know about you, but the ceiling being higher makes it harder for me to look up. Straight ahead. Try closing your eyes while you balance. Very good. Open. Switch your lead foot. All right, roll the shoulders back. Taking the left arm out first. Good. Try both hands. Good. Looking to your left hand.